the Chesapeake region, the earliest written accounts of cooking a meal date back to the mid-1600s. And these guys were on the menu. Blue crab is found all over the Atlantic and Gulf coasts. But Chesapeake Bay is the most famous source and supplies about half of the U.S. blue crab harvest. The meat from these crabs is a national treasure, especially when it's coming from hands like these. This is amazing! The best Maryland crab is hand-picked in amazing quantities at remarkable speed. J.M. Clayton Seafood in Cambridge, Maryland is one of the last places where they still do this job this way. Joe Brooks is one of 3 brothers running the place.
It's been around since 1890, and it's been a family operation ever since the founding president, John Morgan Clayton. He was my great-grandfather.
You represent everything that's great about food culture in this state, and it's one of the defining characteristics of this whole part of the world. There were about 60 joints like this around the bay a few generations ago. Now J.M. Clayton is one of maybe 20 still doing things the old-fashioned way. Each day in season, crab boats bring their catch straight off the water, and all those fresh blue crabs go almost immediately into the steamers. Those are the steamers?
Yeah, each one is cooking about 20 bushels of crab.
Cooking them takes 15 minutes at extremely high heat.
They're cooking 800-900 bushels of crabs a day.
Then it's into the cooler overnight. And from there to the picking room, the heart of the operation. Picking means opening each crab and getting out all the best meat quickly, because pickers are paid by the pound. Joe says one of the fastest is Sissy Jones. All right, go ahead.
You make me nervous.
No. Wow, that was 19 seconds.
You want to try?
To teach me, Sissy picks a crab in slow motion. One cut takes off the back shell, organs scooped out, knuckles trimmed away. That's beautiful. Now that's all crab. Off comes the top shell, out comes the best of the meat. One deft move getting it out in one piece. Now this is the Rolls Royce of crab, lump and jumbo lump.
Your turn.
You're gonna shame me? One reason this job is traditionally done by women is that it requires very delicacy. A slip of the knife means lost time, wasted meat, and lost money. Oh boy.
He's gonna get fired. He's interrupt the lump.
It's not that I'm not fast, I actually can't do it. There are about 70 pickers in this room, each one picking 20 to 40 pounds of meat per day. This is how crabs caught yesterday can be packaged and shipped out today and purchased by tomorrow, meaning the meat coming out of the tub tastes almost as fresh as it does from the water. It's just gorgeous crab.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that just tastes so sweet and so robust. The texture is pitch perfect as well, which is very important to me. I want to have that good mouthfeel with the crab.
Kind of just melts.
It melts and then it starts to break up. And that's why I like the fat with it as well. It's such an important part of the flavor, but also helps the texture tremendously. The lump meat may be the Rolls Royce, but there's also an economy line of crab products. The claws are broken up and dropped in a saltwater bath where bits of shell sink and bits of meat float. That's the meat going into the things like commercial crab cakes. And this stuff is what puts the crab flavor into things like commercial soup bases and sauces. It's the back shell, fat, and leg meat, minced and extruded into paste. So this is all of the little bits of leg meat, tiny little bits of meat that cling to other parts of the shell. I could eat that in a bowl with toast all night long on the couch.
My goodness.
It tastes like organ meat. It has that mineral quality. This is an unbelievable product. Even at J.M. Clayton, times change. The work used to be done by local families, passing the job down through generations. Like Sissy's aunt, Niecy Jones. How long have you been working here?
62 years.
62 years? God bless you, that's awesome. And her mom worked here for 80 years. A younger generation of locals has drifted away to other kinds of work, leaving this job primarily to guest workers, mostly from Mexico. The level of skill and the pride in what they do is something Joe's great-grandfather would still recognize. J.M. Clayton ships its seafood all across the country, but most of their customers are right here in Maryland, and many are in the biggest city